Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bree and I'm back with a new video, and this video is just based on how I do my brows. I did not do any makeup, any foundation like on my other videos. You're just gonna see an up close and personal video of how I did my brows, and it's going to be catered to people who don't really know how to do their brows or want a different kind of brow routine. But I went in detail so that way you're able to see exactly my routine on how I do my brows. In my previous videos you just see me with my brows done, but I wanted to get an up close and personal video of how I get these done, and if you like what you see, please keep on watching. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with my that's a close-up. With my Milk Hydrator Primer. So yeah, you guys know I love this stuff, and that is usually the base of my makeup routine, even when I do my brows. So I feel like it gives a pretty good base for my brows. So yeah, I'm gonna start with that. I know I'm so close to you guys today, but purpose of the video is brows, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is use my spoolie. This one I got from BH Cosmetics, and I just usually, I'm gonna be looking at my mirror for a little bit. I brush my brows up. I learned this technique a while ago when I first started to learn how to do my brows. I brush my brows up and then drag the long edges down so it could give like a nice shape for my brows. So I do that for both sides, and the reason why I place the primer first on my face is because the primer to me holds and sets the brow in place. So you have your MAC basically. Now I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna take my Morphe gel, because I use gel to do my brows, and take some setting spray. I'm gonna link this below. Everything that I use, I'm gonna link it below. Everything is super close up, so just beware. I'm gonna take this setting spray. Oh, this is a new one. We're gonna use the old one. And because my old one, like, it's a little bit more down there, as you can see. I got this technique from Arnell Armand. She's a YouTuber, and she was recreating Saweetie's makeup routine, and basically she said that Saweetie likes a wet brow look. So ever since she started that and she said that, I tried it out for myself, and it actually, like, when you have a gel that is a little too hard and you think you might want to throw it away, actually spray some setting spray on it and make sure the distance is, you know, it's apart, and you know, so it's not like you're throwing a gallon of water on the gel, but just enough to get it wet and loose and for you to outline your eyebrows. So I'm gonna do that here, a little bit apart, can't see, but that little spray goes a long way. And you see, just like that, my gel is wet. It's damp a little bit, and you don't have to do this technique. I personally just like this technique. And first actually go on with this gel. This actually helps me hold my eyebrows in place as well. It's an Anastasia Beverly Hills like eyebrow gel, and I just brush it up. It has a spoolie. I had this for a while. I just put it in my makeup routine because it actually holds the strands of hair in place. So apart from the primer holding your brows in place, this actually holds your brows in place too. So it's kind of like a double pack, for like a double whammy for me. So, and I don't put a lot. I try to gently tap it, and you see how my eyebrows came out of place? I'll just take my spoolie again and drag it down. Fix them back into how we had them. There you go. So now I'm gonna take this, don't mind my brush, y'all. It's a MAC brush. This is busted. I need a new one. But it is super flat and it's an angle brush, and I use this to do my eyebrows. And this is like the best brush, and I don't know why I can't find it. I think I really need to go back to MAC and find one, or get another one from a different brand that is this flat. But like, it is super flat, you guys. Like, look how flat that is, and it really gets the look that I want to achieve when I use these brows. When I use this brush. So I'm dipping it in and I'm applying some gel to the brush, and I first outline the bottom of my brows and then I outline the top. So I start with the bottom and then I outline the top, and I usually start with like here. I don't start here, I don't start here. I usually start like somewhere in the middle, and then I drag it from the middle to the beginning and then from the middle to the end, and get the outline of the bottom of my brow. So we're gonna start here. Oh, gently drag. I want to gently drag the brush, and you don't want to make it too harsh, because you don't want to make the front of your brow too harsh, because then it just looks crazy. So by me doing it from the middle, it kind of like spreads out the gel, and the gel is more concentrated in the middle instead of the front. That way you can have more of like a subtle look, or not too harsh of a brow. You don't want too harsh of a brow. You want it to look just right, but you don't want it to look crazy in the front. So we are dragging that out, and I usually drag the tail out a little bit more longer than what my actual brow is. If you notice, the ends are a little bit further than where my actual brow starts and begins, and that's fine. You can do it wherever you choose to, what looks good for you, but I personally like it dragged out a little bit further from what my actual eyebrow is, from where my actual eyebrow starts and finishes. So I'm gonna kind of fill this in because I want a bit of a curve underneath my brow. I don't like the sharp edge. I like a little bit of a curve under my brow, but I do love a sharp edge. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. And yeah, I'm liking this so far. So now I'm gonna go into the top of my brow. And top of my brow, I do slightly different. I start maybe a fourth way in, or maybe a third, not a third, definitely not a third. Okay, we're gonna say a fifth. I start a fifth in and then bring the gel line down. So I'll start like here and start to make the outline and bring the line down to connect to the line at the bottom, the outline from the bottom. There we go. And I stopped. I used to put the line all the way here, but I like the more natural kind of look here, and then it gets like the gradient gets darker and darker. So it's like levels, like it starts out light and then it gets darker as you get to the end. I really started to like this look. Actually, hopefully I find pictures so I can post at the end like the evolution of my brows, because it's been a journey. Like doing your brows is not easy. It took me a while to get to this point, but I have faith in you guys. Y'all got this. Y'all will do this. So just outline it, and I like the ends to be a lot darker than the front. Like I said, I like the gradient look. So now that we have our outline on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the outline on my left side. So going back to the same steps, I'm going to dip my brush in my pomade or my gel and start from the middle. And last time I kind of went to the front, but I would suggest you go to the back, especially if you take a little bit more gel than you wanted and like drag it to the back, because the gradient of the brows to me looks better when it's darker towards the back than it does to the front. So to get more of the gel to the back, you're gonna drag it. So you can kind of do it either way, just depending on how much gel is on the brush. And like I said, I like to drag the brush closer to the front, or make it longer than what my eyebrow actually is, because if you know me, you know that I don't have any eyebrows, so this is perfect for me. So we have the little outline, we have the little curve, and I never have my eyebrows touch in the middle. Like, I don't do that. I don't know. Some people I see do that to connect, and then like they blend it out, but I was never really a fan to do that, and I just personally don't do it in my makeup routine. So now I'm gonna go to the top and outline the top of my brow. I'm gonna start in the middle and bring this down and connect those lines. I used a little bit more gel on this side doing the top brow than I did on this side, but that's okay. It's completely fine. And I just want to gently like fill in the front a little bit. I could even take the excess from this side and bring it on this side, but this one is kind of perfect, so kind of don't want to do anything to it. Ooh. So now our brows, the outline is looking pretty good. Now I'm gonna fill in the brow with the same gel that I have. I'm gonna put a little bit more gel and start from the corners and go to the front. So we're gonna start from the corner and shade in until we get to the front. Because when you start with the corner, you have a majority of the gel is gonna fill in the ends and make it more, and make it that dark, like crisp edge. And then once you get to the front, it starts to like most of the gel you have, hopefully most of the gel you have used is on the end of your brow, and you can gently, and even if it's not, you can just gently brush and fill it in, but don't make it too harsh. So just like so, you want to gently brush, because there might still be a lot and you don't want to make your eyebrows look too harsh. Like so. And I stroke the way the hairs are falling on my brow. So in the front, I usually stroke up. Once I get to the center, I start stroking to up and to the, this would be my right, and then the end of the brow, I start stroking down. So that way the hairs stay in place and your eyebrows look really good. Now for the other side, we're gonna do the same technique. So we start from the corner and fill in. And start lightly filling in the front. Because when you, see, kind of made a mistake. I went a little too hard, but it's okay. You can always like take a spoolie and brush that out. So I can take my spoolie and just do something like this and kind of like soften it out. And any stragglers, you can always just take it and bring it down. So, ooh. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. So I want to fill this in a little bit more because I see it's like a little skin tone-ish and I want it to be filled in a little bit there. Sometimes I use a pencil, but most of the time I don't. I stop using pencils because I don't know, I used to use pencils to outline and then I stopped, and I just got more acquainted with gel and I just like how the gel looks for me. So, and sometimes it's like I don't like doing my brows because they never look the exact same to me. Like, I know your eyebrows should be like sisters. They don't have to be twins. They can definitely be sisters. I feel like the misconception is your eyebrows have to look the exact same, but truth of the matter is all of our body parts are not the exact same. Like, look at my eye. Like, this one looks a little smaller than this one, but just the point of the matter. That's just the fact of the matter. All of our body parts are not the exact same, so your eyebrows probably won't be the exact same. So with that being said, I'm gonna go into my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'm in the color, I use Chestnut. If you want to shade reference me, my foundation color is Chai and Chestnut is a step down from Chai. So if you want to use more of like a more of a natural concealer, more closer to your skin tone, just a slight brightness, then I would say you can use Chestnut or a concealer that's close to Chestnut. But that's just where I fall. I never use anything that's super bright underneath my eye, even when I'm doing eyeshadow. I mean, for this video we're not going to do eyeshadow or anything like that, but I never use anything that's super light underneath my eyebrows. It just doesn't happen. So I'm gonna take the applicator and apply like 3 dots. That way I don't use too much and your eyebrows don't look icky. And I'm gonna go in with my Morphe 410 brush, and this is how the brush looks. It's very flat, super flat, and it gets like your brows really perfect when you're cleaning them up. So we use concealer to clean up your brows and give it a more like perfect, like precise, the precision is just there, you feel me? So that's what we're gonna do. So I usually start with the middle, just like how I apply the gel. I start with the middle and I then go to the edges and kind of like, or start with the middle and go back and forth. It just depends on the day, just depends on how I'm feeling. So yeah, we're gonna start with the middle and spread the concealer right under the outline of the brow. And now I'm gonna just spread it. Sorry, this is a crucial step, so I don't want to talk too much. Let's spread that out, and now I'm gonna take my Morphe M173 brush. It looks like this. It's a dense brush, and I'm going to blend out the concealer underneath my eye. Oof, look at that! So you see the difference between the concealer and no concealer? The concealer makes your eyebrows look a lot more clean, a lot more precise, whereas without concealer, it looks a little bit like you kind of colored outside the lines, a little bit like, you know, 5-year-old coloring in a color book. So, yeah. So, one thing that I did forget to mention about outlining the bottom of your brow is when I first started to learn how to outline the bottom of my brow and try to get both sides even. So I forgot what video I was watching, but I remember them saying to take a brush and kind of like parallel it to the corner of your eye, and that's where you'd want to have your eyebrow end. So like if you take the brush and do so, like if I didn't say it correctly in the correct words, and you would want exactly like where my eyebrow fell, like that point, you would want it to like fall there, like your eye, the corner of your eye and your eyebrow lining should kind of like be in one, like there should be like, you could take a ruler and this should be on one line. So yeah, and now I'm gonna go to the other side of my brow. I kind of like to do this step at the same time. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side and apply from the middle and go towards the end. And I'm noticing that this is a little bit more curved than this, and this is something that usually happens to me. So I usually have to like go and fix it, like make the outline and then fix the outline for this one, usually, because this is always my troubled brow. So I make the outline and then I will go back and kind of like lift it a little bit just so it can be a little bit more symmetrical with this brow. And sometimes if that doesn't work, I'll just go back in because it's a little like, I can tell it's a little like, I'll go in with the gel and kind of make the curve, but gently do it because you don't want it to mess up with your concealer and not have the sharpness, because sometimes when your concealer and the gel starts to get muddled, your eyebrow line is not as sharp. Like here, it's gonna be as sharp. So, and I like sharp, so you can apply a little bit more concealer and then continue on. So now I'm gonna blend this out with the same brush as before, and sometimes I pull my eyebrows. I used to do like this in order to make the outline for my brows, and since your girl is a professional now, I don't have to do that. The upgrade is a real, girl. You'll get there too, girl. I got faith in you. Sorry you can't see my lips, but I have faith in you just now. But we're looking good. We're looking good. Just gotta adjust my mirror. Yeah. So I'm gonna go in with the gel again because, like I said, this is my problem child. And I'm just going to outline this and make it just a tad bit higher, just so it can be more symmetrical with this side. So just like lift it a little bit, like make it a little bit bigger, because that's usually what I have to do, because this side just never functions how I want it to, and just that little lift gives me more of this side. So now I'm gonna conceal the top. So I kind of do the same thing, and I start from the middle, go down, and then bring the excess to the front. So I try to get as close to the brow as possible, but I don't want to touch the line. But I'm trying to get as close as you can as possible, because you want it to still be nice and sharp. Well, at least I do. And this step is kind of like optional, because I do notice like the trend here. Like recently, a lot of people don't do the top, like they just leave the top natural without concealer, but they conceal the bottom to just give that nice crisp finish underneath. Like just give a nice crisp line to show, like, you know, my brows are here. But some people with thicker brows, I feel like it looks good. I don't think I can pull it off just because of how my how thin my brows are sometimes. But yeah, I'm not opposed to that look, but I just don't think it's for me. You know, not everything is for everybody. So yeah. Now I'm going to brush up the concealer to blend it out. And bring the excess like here into the front, so that way it gives more of a like natural look in the front, but nice crisp at the end. So look at our brow. And if you touch your brow with the blending brush, all you have to do, girl, is go back out with this angled brush and just lightly fill it in. You don't want to do it too harsh, just lightly fill it in, and you could get back that line. Boom! And now we're gonna go to the other side. So now I'm going to go from the middle. I tend to kind of start from the front too, but I've been doing this for a while, so I kind of just do whatever at this point. But for this video, I'm gonna really try to start with the middle and bring it down. So we're gonna do the same thing, get us as close as possible, because we want that end to be nice and sharp. Drag that bad boy. Drag it. I'm gonna drag you. Let me stop. Then bring the excess to the front. Yeah. Nice and sharp. And now we are going to blend this out, and we're gonna blend it up and away from the brow. That way when you don't touch it, and two, your brows look good. You look good. You look good. And like I said, I kind of touched the beginning of my brow with concealer, so that way it's not as harsh. It gives it a more natural look. And there we have it. So I'm gonna complete this the rest of this look off camera, and I'm gonna show you how everything came together. See you in a bit. Okay, so this is the final look, and I just did my basics with how I do my makeup routine in the other videos. I did my foundation, some contour, some concealer, bronzing, highlight, the whole shabam, and just brought my face together. And this is how the final look, how it looks with, you know, your brows, and how the brows tie your whole makeup together. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please comment down below what you're maybe having trouble with when you're doing your brows. Please comment below what you liked in this video. I know it was pretty up close and personal, and I just really wanted to create it like that, so that way you're able to see exactly what I'm doing. Please comment below if you would like any more beginner tutorials, and I will be bringing more tutorial videos like this for my beginners out there. I know it can be hard to try and start doing makeup, but it's a process, and then you look like this. Like, who don't want to look like this? Like, come on, who don't want to look like this? Like, not like so. But anyway, you know, just let me know how I'm doing so far. I just want to thank everyone for watching my videos, and just thank all my new followers, anyone that's just now coming on the scene. Hey, I know I should have said this in the beginning, but thank you for the support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!